Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of Use Your Words podcast. This week, we're going to find out two things. First thing, we're going to find out, is Aaron a fan, a super fan, or is he a stalker of ABR?
Hmm.
Secondly, we're going to find out if our friendship can survive this episode.
What?
So
Oh,
just go ahead and stay tuned on this one as we talk about ABR's song Martyr. I love your expression.
okay. I'm ready.
So before we get going, because in all honesty, and you'll see why when I talk about this, I had to find out if Aaron is a fan, a super fan, or if he's a stalker of ABR. We'll start off pretty easy, general knowledge stuff, and then we'll get into the deep, deep weeds of what is considered ABR knowledge. Things that only a true super fan / stalker would know, or someone like me who took time and went and listened to almost 30 interviews of
Oh
them
my gosh.
over the last few years of podcast and interviews and all these other little things that they did.
I've never really watched any of the podcast episodes that they're in.
Yep. And the little like news press things that they did and everything. So we're going to start off simple. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna know more than I do.
First question. We all know who the lead singer of August Burns Red is, Jake. What is his real first name?
William.
Good job. See, like I said. Now, on the topic of Jake. What is the name of the first band Jake was ever in that he was in before August Burns Red? They released 2 EPs.
No idea.
The name of the band is She Walks in Beauty. This includes one of their songs of their albums, and they were a metalcore band. It's very screamo. But one of their great song titles was Sincerely Yours, OMFG Noob. And it's NOOB.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Noob. Yep.
What? Okay.
You can't actually find it on digital streaming services.
No, I wasn't looking for that.
You can only find physical copies. However, someone has uploaded one of their albums to YouTube. Of She Walks in Beauty.
Okay, because all right. Now I was wondering if yep, nope. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
All right. So the next question here, and this one you have 2 potential answers you can give. Jake currently goes to or recently has attended what school?
He's still in school?
Or recently has gone to, like, this was as of 2020.
What?
Yeah.
What, his own heart support thing?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Jake has gone to seminary at Gordon Cornwell Theological Seminary.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still a student or if he's finished or what's the status. I couldn't find a current as of 2023 information, but that's as of 2020.
Interesting.
All right. So far you're 1 for 3.
I'm not gonna know much.
All right. The next one. What was the name of the company that Matt Greiner started in 2012? And what did this company make / sell?
What, the Greiner Kilmer?
Okay. And what did they make /
Drum sets.
Good job. You
Yeah,
got it.
okay. I was like, wait a minute.
And are they still around?
No.
Okay, good job.
I was actually gonna have one made.
Besides drums, what other instrument does Matt Greiner play?
What? He doesn't play any other instruments. That's all he's good for.
Nope.
Just kidding, Matt. You're amazing.
Yeah, he takes credit for playing one other instrument.
Oh. Is it not a percussion instrument?
It would not be considered a percussion.
Was it piano?
It is.
Hey.
It is piano. Good job.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Yep. All right.
Okay.
That should have been probably, if I'm remembering correctly, or if I'm even right in what I've seen, that should have been a no-brainer. All right. Okay.
All right. See, you've gotten a couple right. Congrats. Now we know Jake is the current singer of August Burns Red.
Oh gosh, dang it!
What number singer is he of the band?
The second.
No,
he's the third.
He is the third.
Who are the was? I thought they brought
Jake is the 3rd singer of August Burns Red.
he's the 3rd.
He is the 3rd. The other 2 didn't last that long, but he's definitely been the longest
No.
running one and the one that most
Yes.
people associate with the band, so
Right.
okay.
Because the only other no, I don't even remember his name now, but Jake was a very good fill-in because he seemed very similar to the dude on Thrill Seeker,
Mhm.
which there was a different vocalist on Thrill Seeker, but I don't remember his name, but I didn't realize there was another one other than him.
Yeah, there was an original one.
Maybe was that on their EP? I don't know.
Uh,
Alright.
I don't think the first one was ever on an EP, like, he
Well, it
was
wasn't on any recordings,
yeah,
he was just
he was just, like, with them when they started, and
alive.
then
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm,
this one's a true or false one. This one
I better get this one then.
I
I'm
heard
just
this
kidding.
one in an interview.
Oh, I'm not gonna know it.
So, JB
Okay.
stated in an interview that one of his influences has been the group Penetronics or
I was
Pentatonics,
like, Penetronics?
not
Who's
Penetronics,
that?
Pentatonics.
One of his influences?
Yeah, for how he likes write melodies and all that.
I'm gonna say true.
It is true, and I have a link to the interview where he said
Where
that.
he says that?
Yeah,
Interesting.
that and it was because it was him and Matt. They were doing like a top 5 thing for each of them,
Mhm.
and they just said, like, top 5 influences, and Pentatonics was number 5, and Matt looked very surprised.
Yeah. I would've done the same.
Now, in this same
Huh.
interview, true or false, Matt said that one of his influences is Hillsong United.
One of his influences?
Mhm. For how he does drums and music and all that.
How he does them?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say false.
It is true.
What?
It is actually when they go through the top 5, that was the first one he listed off. Not necessarily that it's number 1, his number 1
That's how
influence,
he
but
influences his drumming?
it is one of his 5 influences. Yeah.
How does how does is it the Tom stuff?
I don't know, he didn't elaborate more than just saying Hillsong United, and he has said this in 2 interviews that have come across so far.
'Cause I know yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen stuff in the past with him making posts and talking about Hillsong and whatnot, but and saying was he talking about drummers from Hillsong that were really good?
He
Or a
he
drummer from Hillsong that
he
was really good?
didn't
But
they
anyway,
didn't elaborate more.
yeah.
Okay,
Interesting. Hmm.
before Jake joined ABR, he had
Mhm.
a dog named what?
Oh, shoot, I don't even know I don't remember the name of his dog now.
Do you remember what happened to the dog?
It's not the Burns Red story, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, I was like, "What?"
No. No, no, no. This is
I
a
was like,
true story, not
"Okay."
the August
The
Burns Red, how did they get their name story.
st I have no idea.
He had a pit bull mix named Maddie,
Maddie, oh,
and he had the dog staying with a friend of his while he was on tour, and the dog bit
bit
someone,
somebody, they had to put it
and
down.
the person put the dog down. Yep.
Yep, that's right. I do wait,
Because
did he talk about that in his book Mountains at all?
I don't remember if he talked about it in the book Mountains, but he talked about it in an interview where it was him and JB, and they were talking about albums they can no longer listen to because it makes them too sad. And because
Yep,
after the dog was put down, he was listening to the album Tak, Takk by Sigur Ross, whatever, whoever that is.
I think
And
that's yeah,
and
okay.
it was too brought up too many memories now,
Yep,
so he can't do that.
can't listen to that. I think I've heard something from an interview like that before. It's been a while, it's been a long time.
All right.
Mm.
What band member plays MIDI demos of new songs to their significant other before sending them to the rest of the band?
It's either I wanna say Brent or JB. I could totally oh, gosh. Is it one of those 2? Am I on the right track?
I have no idea. Are you?
Yeah, you do. You know. Um, I'm just gonna go JB.
It is JB.
Okay, that sounds like something
And
JB would
Jake
do.
was part of the interview, and he's like, "You do what?"
Yeah.
He goes, "She's not part of the band." It sounded like in jest, but
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. So now we're gonna start getting into some of these other weird things that maybe you may or may not know.
I won't.
What artist shared the stage with August Burns Red on the 2008 Warped Tour and made fun of their singing style, saying, "I should just make up a song that sounds like noises, and well, that's the next band." This artist was booed on stage after they made fun of the band.
After they made fun of ABR?
Uh-huh.
Gosh, I wish I did know. I don't know. I have no in Warp Tour?
They shared the stage with them on Warped Tour in 2008.
Dude, wait. This has been before I wait, would this be before I heard of them? C Did I know about August Springs Red in 6th grade?
I haven't. And there I feel old. If I don't already feel old today.
I'm pretty sure I didn't listen to them at that point.
Okay, no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
I gave you a clue, by the way.
Wait, okay, what's the clue? Tell me the clue.
Oh no, I hummed it. While you were
hummed it?
like while you weren't talking, I hummed a little riff of the artist.
What? How am I what? I don't believe it.
If you missed it, go back. You'll see that I was telling the truth.
Nah, I have no idea.
Okay, so this question was asked to Jake by Matt during 2020. So they had like a little video where it's like each of the band members from their own like living room asked questions of each other to see if they remembered it.
Yeah.
And Matt asked this to Jake, and Jake goes, "I remember because it was before she kissed a girl and she liked it. It was Katy Perry." I hummed a little tune from.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
How they shared a stage with Katy Perry, that's right. Oh
The
my
2008 Warped Tour.
gosh.
Yep.
Wow. That's hilarious because Matt was telling me about that when I was at the barn.
Yep.
That's amazing. He didn't tell me that the part about her describing their vocals, but
Yeah, Jake's answer was great because he made fun of it too. Made fun of her making fun of them. Let me put it that way.
Heck yeah.
All right. Speaking of Jake skates
safe
on
from-
a beer team league for hockey, ice hockey. What's the name of this
The
team?
Bruins? The Bruins?
No. The Skateful Dead.
Oh, he likes the Bruins. I thought he's done stuff with the Bruins.
He might have done stuff with them, but
No.
his
Okay.
beer league hockey team.
Oh, beer league.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard beard league. I was like, what?
Yes. Okay.
I was like, okay.
All right. This is going to go really.
Beer league.
This is going to go really deep.
Oh, geez.
What is the name of the drummer that Matt bought his first drum set from?
Jeez.
And what is the name of the band that drummer played for?
No idea.
No idea?
No idea.
The name of the drummer is Jesse Smith, and he
Okay.
played for the band Zao, Z-A-O.
They opened up for them at one of the Christmas Burns Rich. What?
Yep. See,
That was his first drum set?
I told you I went deep in digging for facts that I was like, I don't think Aaron will know this.
With the orange kit?
I don't know. They didn't specify the kit other than that it was the first one he bought.
Or was that? Wait.
All right.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to ask Matt and verify that.
He's the one who said it.
I'll have to ask him if he can verify his own words.
I can play you the video later.
Personal question is, what is the name of the drummer I bought my first drum set from? And what is the name of the band that drummer played drums for? That drummer's name was Jesse Smith. I idolized him, and the band he played for was called Zayo.
where they ask each other some of these
That's
some of these
awesome.
questions are so deep that I was like, there's no way no one would know us except them. And I was
Right.
like, let's see if Aaron is stalks them that well.
Nope. I
Here's
ain't that freaky.
Here's a trivia question. What band member, and this is the only band member, has their full name, that means their middle name and everything, right? If they have a suffix, there's a suffix, all that stuff. Their full name on all of their credits on all of the ABR albums. All other band members only have their first and last names. What member has their full name?
Isn't it Jake?
It is. Good job. You see, you knew something.
I did.
All right.
Yes.
Who is JB's favorite baseball player?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. I'm trying to even think of it's the Phillies, isn't it? That's his team. Right? Yeah. But this is his favorite player.
Right.
Doesn't have to be from his team.
Right.
I don't know, Sammy Sosa or whatever, something Rodriguez or
No. Cliff
Prince,
Lee.
Cliff Lee.
Yep.
Who does he play for?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'll have to look it up.
well, what the heck?
But here's the next question.
Okay.
So now that you know his favorite baseball player is,
Yeah.
how many baseball cards of Cliff Lee does JB have?
23. I don't know.
As of 3 years ago in 2020,
Yeah.
JB reported, and this was the fact that at first I thought he was lying in an article I read, and then he repeated it in an interview, and I was like, he is telling the truth.
Telling the truth.
As of 3 years ago, JB reported baseball cards of Cliff Lee. He has 899.
Oh my gosh. How many counted? What? Wow. 899.
Yep.
Dang.
The first time I came across that fact, I was like, no way, this has to be parody data.
Yeah.
And this was part of that video where they're quizzing each other about each other. Because the person, I forgot who he gave that question to in the band, but the person said like 27. Thinking, oh, that's gonna be too much.
Right, that's gonna be shooting it high, isn't it?
No.
890. Where do you put all those? I mean, in a box. I don't know. What the heck?
Okay. Speaking of number of things owned,
Uh-oh.
as of 2020, how many drum sets has Matt used during the duration of his tenure with August Burns Red?
What? What do you mean? How many drum? Whoop! Excuse me. What do you mean? How many drum sets he's just used?
Used and so that was a question that was posed to him, and then he actually gave how many he used and how many he's owned.
How do you keep track of how many you have used in 10 years?
I don't know, but he did. He managed to tell that answer.
Matt, how can you prove that? Because what about all the tours like that are overseas, or if you don't bring your own?
This is his self-reported answer. So show me how deep of a fan you are.
Nope, not that deep of a fan anymore. I'm just kidding.
You have to take that shirt right off, sir. You can no longer wear the ABR
I'll do
shirts.
that off camera.
Yes.
Well, considering I have one of his right by me, I know that he's got at least one.
Good job.
Gosh. This is how many. Oh, man.
So the question was, how many has he used? That was a question to him. And the person asking it is like, I don't know what the answer is. So Matt's going to have to tell us the answer.
Yeah.
And then Matt gave the answer of how many used and how many he's owned during his entire tenure with ABR.
Was he owned like 5 or 4? 5?
Okay, he's owned that. And how many has he used?
I'll probably say like 10. I don't know.
Okay. So according to Matt,
Yeah.
as of this recording in 2020, when they recorded this,
Yeah.
he has used 9
Oh,
sets,
so close.
but has owned 14
14?
during the entire time of being with ABR.
I need to catch up.
Okay.
Wait, Fort during
He's owned 14, but
how
used
many
9.
kids is he? No, wait. So when he's talking about using kits, is he using his own, or is that just whatever kit that's provided him?
That's it's I'm gonna guess probably his own, but that's the data that he reported. They didn't elaborate beyond that. Let me put it that way.
He's owned 14 kits?
Yeah. During his tenure with
Because
ABR.
signature. I mean,
Hey.
wow.
All right. So the next question here.
Wow.
It's
It's
about the song Dangerous.
that time. Okay. Oh, that's a fun song.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to the writer of the song Dangerous, what does the phrase and this is something I got directly from an interview with them. What does the phrase "I wish I had the will to keep my word" refer to?
I wish I had the will to keep my word. What does it refer to?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what does the song Dangerous refer to in general?
The sloth, or not the sloth, the Bigfoot dude. At least that's in the music video.
That okay. But I haven't seen the music video, but I'll take your word.
What? I have no idea.
It refers to the wonderful topic of pornography.
What?
And who wrote that song?
I'm gonna guess Jake.
Matt.
Matt wrote that one?
Yep. Matt wrote the song Dangerous, and they asked him, what does this song refer to? And what does this phrase specifically? And he's talking about the dangers of
Will
pornography
keep
and
my
that.
word. Wow. I figured it was gonna be Jake just based on the Mountains book. Oh, it was Matt.
It was Matt.
Interesting.
So based on that,
I'm not a fan.
I'm gonna you get the fan status still. You can't lose fan status,
That's true.
but you're not a super or a stalker, so
No.
sorry.
See, well, no, what? Never mind. I'm gonna keep my word to myself.
Oh,
I'm kidding. No, I'm glad I'm not stalker level, especially not stalker level, because I don't want to be a stalker. I'm just, yeah,
all right.
I'm in here to enjoy the music, man.
Speaking of enjoying the music,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, now we have to get to the song portion.
Before we get to the song
Oh,
portion,
before we get to the song
you know how
portion.
people always say, "Well, I listen to the heavy music because it reduces stress or whatever," and people go, "Well, it's been proven in studies, right?" I looked up the study where they say that heavier music makes you happy, not angry.
Yeah.
You know, we want to know how big the study was?
Well, it was like 2,000 people.
Oh, I wish.
200?
Oh, keep going down, buddy.
20?
39 people.
What?
This was done by the University of Queensland Australian Public Research Institute in Brisbane. They revealed that proving the hypothesis that extreme music causes anger. The theory is that instead it causes, happiness. They're trying to disprove that it causes anger. And their study size was 39 people.
That's horrible.
And these people were
What?
only between the ages of 18 and 34.
Wow. That's a terrible study.
Now, when they said extreme music, okay?
Hmm.
Extreme music included heavy metal,
Okay.
emo, hardcore, punk, and screamo. So those 39 people listened to those genres.
I mean, what's the big? Yes, I don't even know like the big difference between. I guess what they consider what's screamo and emo. I guess
Well, I mean,
isn't
we know what
isn't
emo is.
all music emo?
ABR is emo.
Shut up.
ABR can be
It
found on
is.
the Emo's Not Dead tour
Heck yeah.
and Cruise. Therefore, we are going to be talking about Aaron's favorite emo band today.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say therefore we're going on the emo cruise, but
It's
alright.
sold out.
Yeah,
It's
it
waiting
is.
list only, and that'd probably be expensive. That going said, back to the study, they found that listening to 10 minutes of music for those 39 people was about equivalent to 39 minutes of silence. So silence or music result in the same result. So there's that too.
What?
Hmm.
Okay. I That's weird. I
The researchers discovered that metal music relaxed participants as effectively as sitting in silence.
For 39 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Wow, there's 39 people.
Yeah, 39 people, 10
Oh, 10
minutes.
minutes. Wow.
Yep.
Um, that's really bizarre.
So I
I
came across that and I was like, wow, it was only a 39 person study.
I mean,
Needs a little more people.
I do like ABRs. I guess would that their slogan then, the angry music for happy people
Yep.
thing. Heck yeah. But that
And of course, there was another article I read. Where did screaming music come from in metal? Right? Where does screaming in metal come from?
yeah.
I love the only reason I took note of this is because I laughed at the list.
Okay.
And they're talking about like how people who scream how they can do things to keep their vocal cords safe and all that, right?
Right.
But they said here's where screaming in metal came from: Vikings, Screamin' Jay Hawkins, I Put a Spell on You, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, AC/DC, Judas Priest, and Babies.
Yeah. I have heard that thing about babies.
Yep, these are all points of origin for today's extreme metal singing.
Thank you, babies. They are good for son. Just
And
kidding.
even Sweetwater has an article out there on how to scream without hurting your voice. Sweetwater.
I remember um Sweetwater had brought together a few of like the big names in the metal, I guess, scene, and they all had them doing screams for something.
Mhm.
But yeah, they had some pretty gnarly dudes in that lineup.
All right. So now let's get to the emo song Martyr by August Burns Red by the famous emo band August Burns Red.
August Burns Red.
Yeah. I just have to do that because they're on that emo is not dead tour thing. And it just makes me laugh a little bit
All music is emo.
because of how well hardcore they pretend to be, and then they do that.
Hardcore they pretend to be.
So the song Martyr
Yeah.
by August Burns Red.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
What album is that off of?
Found in faraway places.
Found in Faraway Places.
Yeah.
It got mostly good reviews, that album. Mostly. There was a couple of mostly overseas magazines
Didn't like them.
that well, no,
Or
it wasn't that they didn't like them. They
there's
like mostly US based ones gave them like 4, 4.5 out of 5.
mhm.
The UK based ones tended to give like 3 out of 5. This one
Mm.
called Kerrang, Kerrang.
Huh.
They named their magazine after the sound that the guitar makes when it's strummed. Kerrang.
Okay.
Yeah. They said this about the album.
Hmm.
There's nothing ambitious or monumental here, but a tight 50 minutes of call to arms rage.
Of what arms rage?
Call to arms
Oh,
rage.
call to arms. Okay.
And I was like, interesting, because to be honest, reading through all the reviews, they were the only ones that even said something like that. So, okay.
Nice. They just have a mind of their own. It's fine.
Yep. Um, however, and I will say that they've probably changed since then because other reviews I've read of later albums don't say these same things. But there was a lot of this during this time of when this album came out. It's getting frustrating hearing them write the same thing over and over again. If I may use an analogy, I am the type of guy who always go for the girl with the glasses and weird hair and some socially awkward character trait that ultimately endears her to me. This preference extends into music as well. ABR's music has become a dolled up beauty pageant version of itself. Obviously beautiful, but lacking in character. That was happening around this time when this album came out. Now,
Ah.
since then, haven't seen those sort of reviews like
Mhm.
that, but I was like, wow, they were pretty harsh coming down on them during this time.
Yeah. That's I mean, I guess.
Someone else wrote, "You heard their last album, right? Yeah? Picture that. You're done."
Oh, what? Really?
And then someone else wrote, "I would love to talk about it, about all the ways that Found in Faraway Places is new and interesting, but it isn't. It's just excellent."
It's just excellent.
Yeah, so they have nothing bad to say. They're not like saying, "Oh,
Right.
this
This album
sucks,"
sucks.
but they're saying it's the
Let's-
same repetitive thing. So this probably was during a time when they were probably still trying to figure out some stuff about themselves, and they
Right.
sounds like maybe they changed some things. This
Hmm.
was their 7th studio album, Found in Faraway Places,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The album itself opened at number 8 on the US Billboard 200 in July on July 18th, 2015.
Nice.
Okay. How many units did they sell in the first week for this album to get to place number 8?
2 billion. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Take a guess.
What, 100,000? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Way too high.
29,000. That's it.
Oh
But that's all it takes to get to number 8. That's so in other words, they're not doing bad. If they
no,
get to
but that's it.
that's it.
That's all it takes.
But that was just
I can do that.
for the first week, right?
Yeah.
This was their second top 10 album, the other being Rescue and Restore. Now, obviously, I don't know since
Wait,
then
you
if
said what? What about Rescue and Restore being their what
that
album?
this was their second top 10 album, the first being Rescue and Restore.
Oh.
Okay.
From when that one was released or just throughout the rest of their stuff now?
Up
Was it
didn't
up to that point or
it was up to that point.
oh, okay.
I haven't looked on their newer stuff.
Okay.
What song off of that album was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Metal Performance, making it the band's
Oh.
first Grammy nomination?
I'm between two.
Okay.
I want to say Ghosts, but if it's not that one, it's majoring in the No Identity. Oh,
So
is
which
it
one?
Ghost or Identity?
Which one? Lock in an answer.
Oh, shoot. 'Cause- oh, Identity.
It is Identity.
All right. Yep. I forgot that one was on that album for a second. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But Ghost was so good. How did Ghost not? That's surprising to me. But okay. Yeah.
Yep. Identity was the one off their album that was nominated for the Grammy.
Yep.
Okay. Written by Jake Lures, or however you say his last name.
Jacob Lures.
All right. Now,
William Jacob Lures.
I got to listen to I don't know. Did you get a chance to listen to the commentary album at all, or no?
I didn't listen to all of it. I just listened to the one for Martyrs.
Okay, yeah. As I say, it's a pretty short,
Yeah, it's like what, probably like maybe 3 minutes per one.
maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Interesting points off of there.
Yeah.
First off, Jake wrote it. Okay. But
Martyrs, yeah.
yep, Martyrs. That it was written as him as a person trying to tell people what to do, try and do the right thing and overcome struggles, and then at the same time, him not taking his own advice.
Yeah, it was yeah, I thought it was very interesting on how he was going on about it. I was just like, okay, interesting. All right.
There was that, and then where they all say, "Oh yeah, this is where we introduced Jake's new singing style."
Yeah. Where he's kind of trying to get the whole like hitting a note, but also screaming at the same time, being at the end of the song.
Yep. So do all that just for the wonderfulness that is the intro of this song. Why is Aaron going?
Dude, they opened with this song on one of their tours, and I absolutely loved it.
All right.
Oh, so good.
So Martyr by August Burns Red. Let's start with the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Take it away.
Yep. Let me put it this way. The lyrics are how do I yeah. They are what they are.
Wow.
No, 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 no,
Hmm.
let me explain here.
Yeah.
A lot of artists with their music, what they try to do is they try to do fluffy imagery or they do, you know, they try to use word imagery and all this other stuff to try to say something. These lyrics are very direct. That's what I said. They are what they are. There's no fluff, there's no hiding, there's no allegories, there's no story, there's
Mm.
no symbolism, there's nothing in there other than just direct what they are. Okay? So lyrically, while I can respect that,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a little bit more symbolism and all that in there. But it's not
Okay.
bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not, so while it sounds like I'm going like off on a maybe like a little ding here
No.
with everything, I'm like, okay, it's simplistic, it's direct, you're getting your message across, you're not having to do a bunch of interpretation, you're saying exactly what you want to say and you're doing it, and then the song's done. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can deal with that, even though the presentation, let's say, the method in which it was portrayed, just for me, is not my
Mm-hmm.
cup of tea at all. Can I respect them as an artist and a group and this style of music? Yes, I can respect that. It's just not for me. If I'm being honest, okay? These lyrics and maybe less screamo, more rock style,
Right.
I might have enjoyed it more, but as is, I was like, it was rough me getting through it 15 times that I did. It was rough. Okay.
And you get to listen to how many hours of it in December?
I know.
Well, I guess you don't have to. You can do whatever the heck you want.
Exactly. I'm an adult. I'm a grown boy. Uh,
I'm
I'm a
a
man.
real boy.
Um, but there wasn't anything that really stuck out lyrically for me, really, that was like, oh, this is ultra powerful. But like I
Mm.
said, it's direct and it's to the point and it gets the message across. So there's no second guessing is was he saying here, was this mean? Was he saying here, was this mean? It's
Oh yeah, no, it's very pretty straight to the point.
so for that, that's why I give the score that I did. I'm not gonna say my score yet
Mm.
because I don't want to.
Influence mine.
Well,
Just kidding.
you're gonna give it like a 10 out of 5. So because
All right, well, that's my answer now.
you're Mr. ABR.
ABR.
Sure proves it.
Well, I had to for today. Also a very good band.
All right.
Was. R.I.P. For today. Another great metal band.
I know.
We'll do one of their songs later.
No, I got it. No, when you go like RIP, I'm like, the first thought that comes to my head, which I know isn't true, is like, oh, they all died in a plane crash
No,
together.
no, that was Leonard Skinner almost.
I know. Okay.
Oh, now they're all dead.
So that being said, sir, right?
Yeah. Mm.
What are your lyrical thoughts on this?
I don't know.
What made you pick this song?
I just really like the ending.
Okay.
Um,
But anything lyrically that stands out?
well, that was one of the things for the end. Pretty much where it's just repeating the one line. One day we hope you stop holding it all in and learn to let go and forgive.
Yep.
That's tough. Seems like. There's a few things in here. Which I don't know. I thought about the line "Good deeds are not recognized when the heart's intent is full of pride." I was just like, I guess what aren't recognized by who though?
Recognized by anyone.
Really?
People can tell when you're doing stuff
Oh well, 4 years.
for yourself,
Right.
for to project your image, to do all sorts of things. People can tell.
Yeah.
So you can be doing all the greatest stuff in the world, but if you're doing it for a very prideful reason, people are going to see right through that.
I mean, they'll see through it, but will they care? I don't know. I guess maybe some people are going to start caring more and more I was just thinking about that because it's like, I mean, to some degree, it's like, I guess this is where it gets into fun, like politically stuff. I'm guessing probably politicians are have been getting a worse and worse, um, I guess, view from the people because it's like, yeah, they always do all this like big. Sometimes they do this big grandiose stuff to make them look good, but it's like you're just trying to give yourself a better name
Mhm.
so you can do well. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. Do people really care? Because it's like we all know people are, well, almost I'd say people probably assume more often than not, where if you're doing something good, it's just for you anyways, which sucks because some people do stuff not for their own pride, I suppose.
Mhm.
Uh,
Anything else lyrically that you're like, "Yay."
oh, where I don't know. You were saying it to me. What was it? Do you mean what you say? Do you say what you mean?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Or will you find another lie to hide behind? Which I wonder why do they oh, never mind. So why do they have that in the question? Because it's asking, are you gonna find another lie? Okay. Duh.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Mr. Johnson.
yeah, what ah! I probably shouldn't have brought that up. Dang.
Question directly to you at that point.
Uh-oh. I refuse to answer anything. Um, no, I don't know. I guess yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it as lyrically overall, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's one thing I guess I've liked about well some of the stuff in ABR when I actually dig into the lyrics and pay attention to some of it because I don't do that for everything, at least not right away. Until they have a tour coming up for an album, I was like, oh, now I need to know all the lyrics for sure for all these songs. But um, like in one of their songs, Provision, like I guess I like some of the lyrics where they're like challenging and really make you think twice about. Oh, wasn't one of the things? Isn't it about like what your motives are or your intentions are, or is that am I just thinking of Provision right now? Let me see if I can find it off the top of my. Uh, mm, yeah, maybe that is.
Say, I'm not seeing it in here.
Yeah, no, okay, so maybe I am probably just thinking about Provisions. Oh wait. Oh well, no, I guess yeah. Okay, never mind. That's the only thing. The intent is the full pride thing with the good deeds.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. That's one thing I like some about some of their songs is where yeah, it makes you really think twice about stuff, either what you're doing and why you're doing it
If you could
for.
ever understand the lyrics.
It, yeah, if you can ever understand it, just got to give it, a few years of your life, then you'll finally know.
The only way I could ever through the I did about 15 listen throughs. Okay. The only way I could ever even tie a word to a song, to a part of the song
Yeah.
was I had to have a lyric video up, and that was the only way I could
Oh,
even
you get to hear the words
that was
then.
the only way.
That's how you gotta start off sometimes. No,
No,
the
that's
ending was pretty easy to understand though.
that was pretty much my like, the ending was pretty much my upper limit of being able to understand screamo. But Aaron is not wrong in the fact that when I did come in today, I did go, "Yeah, Aaron, this song, what's going on?"
What do you mean what's going on? I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you about it. Just kidding. But no, that's about it. I mean,
Okay.
I enjoy it lyrically.
Okay.
I think, right? Yeah.
So what would you give the lyrics score-wise out of 5?
I'm gonna be generous because I would say 3 to 4, but you can't do 3.5, so I'm just gonna round up and do a 4.
Alright.
Yeah.
Mine was a pretty simple scoring on this one.
Yeah. What was it?
Let me ask you this, what do you think I gave it?
3,
No.
4.
Yes.
We're on the same page. Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Now, musically, not lyrically, musically.
10 out of 10.
Okay. So here's the 2 notes I wrote down
Yeah.
on the music part.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 notes. Drums. Lots of movement. Very busy.
That's
This is
metal
fine.
music.
This is fine. That's okay. Rhythm guitar. So loud and repetitive, wanted to make me drill a hole into my head.
What? You have to listen to the song again. I don't believe it.
Especially, so every time I listened to it, I used headphones that running. So my phone, right? I have it do customized hearing for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So it does a sound test
Yeah.
and it amplifies stuff that my hearing is bad at.
Old bad.
Shut. um, and maybe it was
Yeah.
just that right frequency where it made it.
It was really loud.
That rhythm guitar was like just.
Bum, bum.
It was just like pounding right into my head the entire time. And I was like, really, really, no. God, I was like, I'm done.
Mm.
That
That
was
would be the whole album then.
I know. I was just like, and I wrote in here, rhythm guitar, too loud, repetitive. It needs to be brought down in the mix.
Repetitive. Isn't every song repetitive?
I said, I specifically am calling
Yeah.
out the rhythm guitar, not.
I mean, the
not the
rhythm is
lead.
basically they're basically both in the same.
No, there was actually a difference in this song that because
Do you want me to pull up the tabs right now?
It was just like.
Do you want me to
I was
pull up
just
the
like,
tabs?
"Durr."
I'll pull up the tabs.
I'm just telling you how it sounded musically. Just okay.
Okay.
Beyond that,
Yeah.
Obviously not my favorite genre, at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no.
No, okay. But have I heard worse? Yes.
Yeah, you've heard Siler.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that, man. It wasn't even in my memory.
Now it's back.
Yeah, it was that bad.
That was pretty rough.
Overall,
Yeah.
didn't hate myself afterwards.
Wait, music makes you feel like that sometimes?
There are certain songs, yeah. There are certain songs that just make me feel, ugh.
Okay. But hate yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This wasn't one
Intense.
that, like, it didn't make.
Unless the song is telling me to hate myself.
It didn't make me hate myself, but it didn't make me feel like, oh yay, let's go live life now. It was like, it was
I don't want to do anything now.
it literally was a, eh. That's
Just want to sit in silence for a bit and
musically
relax.
and which sounds completely contradictory because of how much movement is going on through the song with the drums and all that and the
Mhm.
screaming. You're like, oh, this must be high energy, and afterwards I'm just like, eh.
You just got too exhausted throughout the song.
No, I got to
It just worked your brain too much.
the rhythm guitar just drilled into my head too much.
Oh, it's so good.
The Asian in the middle
Yeah.
with their little musical interlude.
Yeah.
That
Their Asian influence. Okay, so that took a flute.
that was like a minute 9. I timed it. It went from a minute
I
47.
think that's a little bit long.
It went
Just
from the
kidding.
minute. It went from the minute 47 mark to the
Yeah.
2 minute 56 mark. So a minute
Yeah,
9.
nice little interlude.
Nice musical interlude. I was like, oh, this is the good part of the song.
I mean, it is a good part. I won't deny that.
Better than any time they open their mouth. Which is funny because I was listening to an interview again, and Jake said he never plays his own music for his family because he never wants to subject them to it.
That's so funny.
And also, he would never sing on a Christmas song. This was back in a little while ago before I actually sang on a Christmas song. He would never sing on a Christmas song because he doesn't want to ruin Christmas for people.
What a guy, you know? What a guy.
Yep. And I took a GIF of the video as proof
That's awesome.
because I was like, I need proof of this when I send this to Aaron and be like, because that's why Christmas songs, we never put me on them because who wants to hear with their family present Someone screaming at the top of their lungs to a Christmas carol. I mean, really, in reality, I would ruin every song. That was right out of Jake's own mouth.
Oh, I believe that 100%. But
Yep.
then he sang on Joy to the World.
And he said he would ruin it for the gathering of a lovely family reunion. That's just how you know I don't even play my own crap around my family because it will ruin it.
It was so it was so funny. I remember when I was driving with Matt the one time, one of his like I want to say it was a 5 Iron Frenzy song came on,
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, I think it was 5 Iron Frenzy." And he was like, it blew his mind. He's like, "No way! I never would have thought I'd be listening to this in the truck." Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
We
and
talked
then
about
he
this
took
before.
on here.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, and then how he got to his own song is like,
Yep.
Skip.
Yep, exactly. Yep. We talked about this last month.
No, he did not.
Yes, we did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, we did.
I
Because at first I was like, oh, me and your brother-in-law have the same taste, and not realizing it was that Matt. And then you said, oh, it's that Matt. And I was like,
that's right. Oh, now my memory's coming back.
yeah.
Alzheimer. It hits quick.
Okay,
Alzheimer's.
Biden.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that middle part where they talk about it, where they say they go Asian. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't hear the Asian influence other than, like you said, the little flute
It's the
thing.
flute, yeah.
But other than that, I was like, it's like,
Yeah.
I was like, I know, Matt, one of your favorite foods is Chinese food, but come on.
Yes.
Do you know what Matt's favorite food is?
What his actual favorite food is? It's not Chinese?
That's number 2.
Dang it. Pizza? I don't know.
Sushi.
Sushi. Isn't that basically Chinese?
Japanese. Sushi is Japanese.
They're the same in this whatever.
Is it sad that I know all this because I went through all those interviews
They're
now?
basically the same. It's all Asian food.
One is raw fish with rice.
Yeah.
The other is stuff like noodles with soy sauce.
And
what's his third favorite food?
and cat. I don't know.
Anything pickled.
Oh, anything pickled? Dude, this is also why hopefully him and I can be friends. I love pickles.
How do I know more about this?
I never look at. I just listen to their music and hang out. Go to their shows and give them money.
But do you really know them if you don't know these things?
I mean, ish. I don't know.
We'll talk about more of that on the next episode when we talk about knowing God and how do we really know God. And
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, do I really know Matt? I don't know. I've talked with them.
all right, so musically,
Yeah, I love it.
you love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything particular about it that you like?
I love the guitar and the rhythms and the drums.
Okay.
And the one thing I wish I guess it doesn't like stand out to me, I suppose. And I'm wondering if it's probably just the mix or whatever. Besides like the section where they do like a little bass drop, I mean, you don't really hear too much bass, do you?
I heard it pretty good in my headphones, but that's because, these things.
Well, I mean, I guess you get that frequency, but it's like
there wasn't a lot of movement with it.
I mean, it does, I think, a lot of the same stuff that the main guitar is doing, or the rhythm bass, and whatever.
Maybe that's why it sounded like so much like it was just drilling into my head.
Maybe.
So repetitive.
It's not that repetitive. I mean, compared to all the other music.
Like I was sitting there going, I was going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we changed notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2.
Wait, what? Change notes?
Like
it plays
like the first 4 measures is like the same note, and then
it's
next
actually a chord. Ugh. And then
anyways, musically.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my mind is blown right now.
About what?
Oh, how it's considered repetitive. Ugh. All music is repetitive to a degree. Some just a lot more than others. Like your standard rock, pop, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anywho,
We'll listen to something that's not repetitive next month, but we'll get there in a
like
second.
what?
We'll get there in a second.
Ooh, what are you throwing up in here? Okay. Interested. But no, I'm like so I like the overall like the rhythms that the song has. I
Mhm.
enjoy the clean section, the quiet section. Um what else? I mean, okay, then there's the cool like there's solo I don't know, like the solo's pretty neat. The guitar solo in there. It's not just a super shreddy. It's one of those things where it's like I guess more tastefully,
Okay.
more just felt you I guess
So, what would
would it be like almost like a bluesy-ish solo for that? I don't know. Ish,
kind of.
rock. There's some bluesy-ish, I guess, like hints in there. Um,
So, what would you give it out of a 5 then?
oh, for sure. That's they have so much other stuff that's all I would like compared to all the other stuff that they've done, I'd probably give it a 4
Yeah, but
because they have
standing on its own 2 feet,
if that was the only thing that they ever wrote, I'd say then a 5.
you're gonna give it a 5, okay. You
If
can
that was the only thing they ever did. Of
I gave it a 3.
course he did.
Hey, I gave it a 4
Of
on I gave it a 4 on
course he
lyrics.
did. Of course. I'm
And
just kidding.
and I'll admit, part of it is probably the fact that it's not my cup of tea style-wise,
Yeah.
so
Most people
it's harder to enjoy.
yes, it is.
So, again, I'm not of the type that I'm like, "Well, this is evil," and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
okay.
that's just ridiculous.
I can recognize talent, and I can recognize that it's done well, even if I may not enjoy it. Okay?
Yeah.
Music video, we don't even have to worry about that because
There is none.
there was no music video. I found some lyric videos that were done by third parties, not by ABR
The
or their music company. But
yeah, the record
yeah, and so, like,
record
during the little
company.
Asian period of the
Yeah.
song, it had, like, little rains puddle drops in a puddle.
Whoa.
Yeah, kinda cool, right? Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
I don't even have to ask if it's in your playlist or not because I know it is.
It's already there.
It will not be on my playlist.
No.
Sorry.
Not even the instrumental that was another thing I liked about this album. I think this is like the first one they released with an instrumental version of their album.
Yeah, probably not even the instrumental, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's too repetitive.
Okay. Yeah, you said it, not me. No, it probably wouldn't be on
No,
my playlist, but like I said,
no.
I can recognize when something is good still. I can do that. So,
Oh, yeah, and that stinking drum fill after the quiet part, where it goes into the last section of the song. Ugh,
all right.
I love that.
So now here's the one
So
that's
good.
gonna be interesting for me to hear from you, and I wanna hear you first on
Oh,
this.
jeez.
What's the last question I always
The
ask?
whole biblically theme.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What do you have to say on that? And what do you rate it?
I'd say a 3 to 4.
So which one, 3 or 4?
3 to 4.
You
Um,
give me the option. I'm gonna put it at 3 for you.
ah! I mean, it's not uh, probably more so 3, yeah.
Okay, what's your thought process behind 3, if I can ask?
I guess, just looking at like, going over the lyrics again,
Mhm.
I mean, there's some stuff that I mean, I'm sure I don't know, I guess, yeah, I can't speak for Jake. Uh, but I guess I can get, like, biblical values from in the lyrics. Obviously, like, the whole well this is probably I don't know, this is probably I don't don't know. I'm just thinking of, and I can't really think of where the verse is, but was it the whole thing? With the line, "Do you mean what you say? Do you say what you mean?" I mean, hmm, another lie to hide behind. Hmm, forgiving. That's very important. Being a hypocrite. It's kind of stuff that's in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all I really got, really.
Okay. So you gave it a 3 based on all that, right? Okay. So I'm gonna give you my reasoning, and then I'm gonna give you my score.
No.
Okay. So as I'm going through the lyrics and I'm
Yeah.
reading through them, there are obviously some biblical concepts that that are easy to pick up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some that aren't necessarily biblical concepts, but are more the
Right.
worldview,
Yeah.
common world knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, for example, one of them that would not be a biblical concept, but would be more world concept would be respect is gained by trust shown and earned. Okay. Now that being said, the next line then goes right into a more biblical concept, which is don't mask your pride with humility,
Mm-hmm.
while forcing others to keep proving their loyalty.
Okay.
You've been a hypocrite for years, drawing sword as much as you draw their tears, demanding will ne- what you will never deserve. Respect is gained by
Trust.
trust shown and earned. Going back to that first line again,
Yep.
blah, 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 blah. So for the most part, I look at it, I'm like, you know what, I could get behind 99% of these lyrics. Some of it I'm like, but
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, no one is ever going to say things 100% correct 100% of the time. We are human, unfortunately. So I give them grace in that regard. So with all that and just kind of meditating on it a little bit, I give it a 4.
Wow.
So that's why I was like, okay, I wanted to hear what you gave it first before I said anything on that.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting.
Mm.
You have given it one more point than me.
Haha.
I gave 11 points.
I gave it
You
12.
gave it 12.
I did.
Obviously, playlist doesn't count as points. Music video, there was no music video to score. Blah blah blah. So
Their music videos are always really weird, though, too, for the most. Well, not always. Some of them are pretty weird.
I heard about the puppet one.
The the Invisible Enemy one, the little marionette
Sure,
thingies or whatever.
I just know puppets were part of it because they were asked if what they were going to do with their own puppets, and Jake said he was going to hang his above his. Was it Jake or one of them said they were going to hang it above the crib of their kid?
That's awesome. That would have been Brent or JB then. That's funny.
So
I
yeah,
love that.
you love that, huh?
That's so good. Heck yeah.
All right, so we reviewed August Burns Red for the month of August.
Heck yeah.
All right,
You know what I realized?
what's that?
I had second thoughts the other day.
Yeah.
Granted, how can you not do an August Burns Red song in the month of August? But then I realized we might be seeing Alter Bridge this month. I was like, that'd have been sweet to do one of their songs.
Hey, you know
for
what
it.
though? But you got the pick and you did August Burns Red, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I survived through it.
We'll just have to do an Alter Bridge one next time.
Yep.
Well, next pick of mine.
All right.
Unless somehow one of your songs is an Alter Bridge song, but I doubt it.
No, mine is not.
Okay.
So this band,
This band. Is it just so you have
I have a song.
the song?
I have
like
a song.
The song, not
I have a song
Okay.
by a band.
Okay.
Okay. This is a relatively newer one for me
Oh.
that I've listened to a few times. I'm going to read for you from their bio. It is very rare that I hear a band that was previously unknown to me that blows my ears off. This band has rocked this album right out of the park. Andy Phelps, The Metal Review. Okay.
Wait,
So
the
that
metal review?
yeah, so the Metal Review is like a magazine, the Metal
Okay.
Review. So Andy Phelps, the writer from the Metal Review, that's what they wrote about this band. Okay.
Okay.
True to their nature, this Nashville band has created a sound that is unique to them, characterized by its dark, deep sound, haunting vocals, and unconventional heavy riffs. The music is a perfect fusion of grunge and surf rock, sounding appropriately like its namesake. The band has created a multi-dimensional artistic experience that integrates music, narrative storytelling, illustration, and video to take the listener on a voyage into their world. With its undercurrent of provocative philosophies, artistry, and death aside through, their music is most memorable for their Beatlesque chord progressions and hooky vocal melodies at the core of every song. Tirelessly thinking and working like it's a divine mission, the band's goal is to inspire people's imagination, fill them with hope, and do our part to increase harmony in the world using the medicine of music. The result of the zeal is their new concept album released on 10/28/22. Named after the singer and songwriter of the group, the band was started in 2014 in Nashville, Tennessee, and grew to include A.G. Newton on drums, Doug Webster on bass. They have their own signature sound, weaving raspy voice in and out of falsetto and vibrato, at times sounding like a higher pitched Kurt Cobain, as one music critic put it, and other times like a ghost.
Who? What?
Yep. Accolades.
That's the band?
No, so no.
Oh, I was like,
So
what?
that was part of its bio. Now I'm going to read some of the
Oh,
accolades.
okay, you're reading the accolades. I was
Yeah.
like,
The band, and I'm purposely changing some of the words from to not give it away here. The band returned with a brand new single. Already, it's a contender for my favorite song of the year. Andy Hearn, 102.9 FM, The Buzz, Nashville's rock station. The best album I've heard this year. Dave Hawkins, The Antidote radio show. The single rose to the top of the 10 most played rock songs in the nation on Big Hat USA Rock Hits and Breaking Rock top
bruh.
10 charts. Radio U's top 10 most wanted songs per listener requests, among other charts. The music video was premiered exclusively for an early release and was featured prominently in the magazine weekly newsletter. They won Artist of the Year, Album of the Year, and 3 other awards in the 2020 JFH Awards. Was nominated for Alternative Rock Album. They won runner up and Song of 2019 in the Grizzly Awards, and was named top 30 artist of the 2020 by Effects Radio.
Who is this?
The name of the group is called Rusty Ship.
I ain't ever heard Rusty Ship before.
The song we'll be listening to is called Bottom of the Barrel.
Nice.
It was between Bottom of the Barrel or What's Crackin'.
What's cracking?
Rusty Ship. That is the guy's actual name.
Rusty?
Yep. His name is Rusty T. Ship.
Oh, that's his. Oh my
And
gosh.
so his band is named Rusty Ship. They have what they create. They have their sound is known as nautical rock and roll.
The heck?
Yep. Characterized by its dark underwater sound, haunting vocals. It's it's an interesting group. Let me put it that way. Of all the places, you know where I saw him at? Life Fest.
What?
The bass player,
Dude, what?
the bass player wore a sailor uniform.
Dope.
Like your traditional sailor, with the white thing, handkerchief, whatever around his neck, the white
Yeah.
uniform and everything. Yeah, that was the bass player. It's like, of course, the bass player would do that.
What the heck? What? Okay, I'm interested.
It is a very interesting sound, a very interesting group, and I'll be interested to know if you understand all the references
Oh heck no. I won't. What are references?
because they have like, you know what the Marianas Trench is, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the trench in the ocean. That's like the deepest trench.
Good job. See, you know one of
Yeah.
the references in the song.
That's also a song by Huggins from Chad.
I know. Bioluminescence. Do you know what that is?
But who?
Bioluminescence.
Illuminescence? Illuminati? No.
Bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence. No.
Okay. So,
That's the whole word is bioluminescence.
yeah.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
All right. Yep. So they'll
Bio.
yeah, so
Okay.
this song is off of their album Dark Side of the Ocean, which is their newest album.
It's like a rip off the Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
In a way, yes. Um, they admit it. They fully admit it.
At least they are honest about it.
This song is like their number one single that they have released off of this album.
I figured as much because as soon as I looked them up on Apple Music, that's the first song that pops up.
They have some interesting songs if you look at their song list on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Like one of them is Hotel Bible.
Nice.
Why are you going nice?
Is it just did they write that because there's a Bible in every hotel room?
No.
Oh,
If
okay.
if you actually listen to it, each verse is almost a different style of music.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It sounds completely different each one.
I'll be the
Obviously
judge of that.
they covered Song of Storms from Zelda. If you ever played Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time.
Couldn't tell you if I have. I know I've played Zelda in the
Do-do-do,
past, but
do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah,
I have no
I do
idea.
horrible with that. Davy Jones, Sea Sentinels, Devil Jonah, Crack Baby, Helter Skelter.
Help, Helter Skelter.
Yeah. Obviously Bound the Barrel, which we're doing, 100 Crosses, Living Waters, Minesweeper, The Lighthouse. Yeah. Um, Tain Teninum, What's Crackin'? That one's a whole commentary on current life.
Oh,
What's cracking?
oh.
Angel
hoping-
Aquarium, Bioluminescence, King of the Deep, Man Myth Legend, Us and Them, Waking Braves, Untouchable, Up the Water Spout, The Other Side.
Ooh.
What blows up must come down. But we're
Fair.
doing Bottom of the Barrel.
Bottom of the
And
barrel.
they do have a music video, although I'll say it sucks.
Aw.
You could tell when you watch that their videos are very,
Amateur.
they don't have a lot of budget,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. So that's what we'll be doing next month.
All right. Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel, yeah. And see if you can understand the Rusty Ship. His name is Rusty Ship.
I've never heard of this. At one point I was like, is he about to like suggest a Red song? But I was like, there's like no I can't remember what
They are coming out with a new album.
they are, yeah, it's that rated R one.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it's like when you mentioned was it the surf rock or whatever is when
Yeah.
I was like, they ain't nothing like surf rock. So I
Yep.
was like, what the heck is this?
Yep. Takes the listener on a voyage into their underwater world with its undercurrent of provocative philosophies.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if you click on their website and click on story, there is a story that you can read along as you listen to the album.
That's kind of cool.
And it says, you know, as you read it, it goes, okay, start listening, and then you read it.
That's kind of cool.
So, yep,
All right.
bottom of the barrel.
Mm,
Aaron,
yeah.
we survived through ABR. Look
Yeah,
at
we
that.
did. And there's so much more to come.
I knew you were probably gonna be a little scared when I said, "Well, our friendship survived this."
Yeah, I don't know about that whole the musical part about it. That was pretty tough.
Oh, okay.
Just
If that's all it takes to convince you, okay. All right. We'll catch you in the next one when we talk about knowing
barrels.
God more.